What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Classic dropping the car vlog. I hope everything is going good, and if it's not going good, I pray that it gets better. Always remember that God loves you, Christ loves you, I love you through good and bad times. So let's just love each other, to serve one another. Let's just tell each other how good God is. Also, want to remember and remind people that we all go through seasons. Certain things blossom in better seasons. Certain things show up. Sometimes it takes years, sometimes months, weeks, and stuff like that. So let's be patient for what we worked hard for and what we're getting. And let's just be still and let God do the work. God bless y'all. I got a question and I haven't answered. Has pro wrestling become soft? SAWFT soft or SOFT soft? Yes. Wrestling has become soft. I think that it would be better if more people were disciplined. And that's the key thing, is discipline. Not hatred, not hazing, not torturing or berating. Discipline. I think that key element is that wrestling lacks discipline nowadays. Because people are scared to be called something. They're scared to offend something. Now, when offending is an asterisk in this, because if you're just a plain old ist or an ick, if you want to will, that's one thing. But if you're doing something so great, you need to stick to it. You get what I'm saying? As characters and stuff like that. Everything is so exposed now that not only are podcasters, analysts, they're speaking about it. You have wrestlers doing it as well. When I grew up, and I know things change, but when I grew up, I really felt that a heel, bad guy, was that person. I felt that if I seen them in the grocery store, I probably wouldn't even talk to them because they do something crazy. They'll do something vile and stuff like that. And, I would give them space and stuff. Nowadays, even if you have people who do play the role good, they go to Twitter and be the nicest person. or they ask for people's sympathy because of the character they portray. I don't even like saying character being portrayed. I dislike that to the T. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. You guys really do hate me. Let me just be nice because you guys really hate me for the character I portray. That's the thing, is legitimacy is also missing. Discipline and legitimacy is definitely missing. Could you imagine Ric Flair doing the stuff that he did and then turn around and going on an interview or a telephone interview and not promoting the show but saying, hey, I'm actually a nice guy, I'm a family man, and I do all of this stuff? You just said you slept with all these women, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Now it's so different because people want to sell merchandise. You want people to like you for some reason. If you're going to be this guy that people hate, you have to invest in it. You get what I'm saying? You can't just be like, oh, I'm just like this for one day. But if you follow me on my personal social media sites, I'm the nicest person. There's no investing. And that was one thing I liked about Undertaker all the way up until he actually retired, was that he really didn't have social media. Even when social media became so popular, he really didn't have any. I think he had like a Twitter or something, but he would rarely post. And then I remember it was something like Bray or Luke Harper at one point. I'm like, they don't need Twitter if they're supposed to be swamp people. You get what I'm saying? But nowadays, people use social media as a platform to promote, sell things, and to also show people that you're nice. But some people look too nice, and that's the thing. It's like, I'm a nice guy, but you know what I'm saying? But and people don't invest into their character and stuff. People feel like you have to explain storylines and stuff. I don't like that, and I'm going to keep talking about this. Like, even Tony Khan, right? Like, the media scrum, when it was Swerve in Your Glory time, and then one of the journalists was like, oh, well, the Acclaim was very popular, the people loved them, why didn't you call an audible and change the match? Tony should have got offended if he really think about that. I would get offended if I put my blood, sweat, and tears in a wrestling company and stuff like that, and I do something, And just because you don't like it or the other people don't like it, you're saying basically it's a change, like it's an act. You know, Tony also called Jericho, was it Jericho or was it the Elite? He called them an act. I think the Elite call themselves an act too. So it's just like, I don't like that kind of stuff because people are trying to be safe at the same time instead of being invested into the character and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people make jokes about Undertaker when he said, like, back in the day they used to have pipes and guns and stuff because they were defending themselves. And that's what they were doing. They were doing that because they were so invested into the character. People would literally wait for these people outside to fight them. Now, I'm not sitting here saying you should do something to make people fight, but you should strike a nerve. It's supposed to be a cooperation thing, and that's all I'm going to go on with that cooperation subject because we still need to protect some aspects of the business. But going into that, yeah, it's different now, and it's funny because we're living in a time to where people don't want to be put in a label, but be quick to put somebody in a label if they don't support what they do, regardless if it's good or bad or anything. It's just that. You know, yesterday I talked about the Quincy Elliott thing and how they trying to accuse Booker of being homophobic. I'm like, I don't think what the man said struck anything as being homophobic. Like, I do think the man needs some work. At least he offered to help, but some people saw it as you just don't understand, you know. Like I said, you know, people like to push people for certain things and stuff, and it's just like, man, like, can we do something better? Like, there's nothing wrong with people thinking that you have better, you can do better, because maybe the best you think you have is just not good enough, and I think that is the problem right there. It's just that, like, hey, man, maybe if you learn this, you can be better. You be taken serious. Maybe you'll be booked more. Oh, no, I've been doing this for years. And that's the bad part. You had Paige. He turned around and said he don't take advice. Why are you not taking advice from people who used to sell out shows and stuff? Because you're getting paid. People are content because they're not being disciplined. They are content with what's going on. And you know, to the point, that's their prerogative. But it does not make the company or wrestling as a whole legit. It doesn't make it more legit. You know, I understand, you know, you don't have to do certain things. You don't have to cause any really physical harm outside of wrestling because wrestling is a very painful sport at times. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, everything is just so different now. You have people who doing bloody matches and stuff, and oh, this is real. Like a heel shouldn't tell the crowd that it's real on Twitter or on social media and show scars and stuff because you're hurt that people don't believe that you put your body, which is your choice, through that. But for some reason, people feel like you just owe them explanations and stuff. That's why Ariel went in on Tony, because Tony's always been transparent, and that's a bad thing that he has been doing, being transparent about his wrestling company. So then now he's backing stuff up and reneging on a lot of things. Now people are mad. You know, we just owe them great wrestling matches. We just owe them gratitude. We don't owe them everything that we do, every part of the business and stuff, because now a lot of people feel entitled. And I'm comfortable saying that because I'm not just a person who does vlogs, who does videos, who does live. I actually wrestle. You know what I'm saying? God has blessed me with the gift to wrestle. I own my own company with my wife. We do things. I have a mind for this business. But I can literally sit here and say it has been soft because a lot of people are in this house and we need to kick some people out. We need to protect our things and we need to find these veterans. Because we're thinking these veterans were hating us, but no, they were trying to find the best of us. They were trying to say that you can do better. If you're not going to do better, you have no business in this business. And that's the thing. So many people are content with being what they are. That's why Santana and Ortiz, they fell out. Because Santana felt they can do better. And Ortiz is content with doing whatever they do. And like I said, that's their choices to do that kind of thing. But at the same time, that's just what it is. Some people are different and stuff like that. There's no grit. There's no grit because they're getting paid money that they never thought they'd see. And then now you can't tell them nothing because they're getting booked because they're on TV and stuff like that. But that's the answer to my question. I do think that wrestling is soft. It's not a lot of discipline. There's a lot of wrestling schools, but a lot of them don't show discipline. I'm going to show you everything that all these other wrestling companies do, and then that's it. I'm not going to show you how to be different. I'm going to collect your money. You can say you were trained by this person, and then that's it. But then there's no discipline. Why don't you punch? Oh, I wasn't taught how to punch. I do forearms. Huh? Why don't you do promos? Oh, I let my matches do the talking. Huh? Your kicks unconnected. Why are you slappy kicking? Oh, I don't know any way how to do it. Huh? There's no workers neither. So many wrestlers, but not a lot of workers too. That's just another video. Wrestling has become soft, and it can become better. I'm not saying you got to be mean or you got to punch somebody in the throat or the back or pinch it. I ain't saying you got to bite them neither. Bill Rex, whatever, he's still. But I'm just saying that it can be a little better, just a little more grit and everything like that. I can understand voicing your opinion about certain things, but you don't have to voice your opinion to everything. And I don't think everybody needs an explanation to why a bad guy pushed somebody off a cage match or why he disrespected somebody, unless it provokes a story. Other than that, people just be like, oh, I'm just a bad guy on TV for 2 hours. Don't do no more of that. That's stupid. But that's all I wanted to talk about. If you guys have any questions about it, or you disagree or agree, like, comment, subscribe. We can talk about it. This is Chris Classic. Have a great day. Let's take it home.